So we're here with DJ Neil Armstrong in London. Tell us about how you got into DJ and your background for the people that don't know in the hip-hop world.
So I started DJing now almost 15 years ago. I'm from New York City, born and raised. Back in like, let's say 94, 95. I went to this thing called the New Music Seminar, and a DJ named DJ Shortcut, who's part of the Invisible Scratch Pickles, was in this DJ battle called the New Music Seminar, Superman Battle. And he was a Filipino kid, and he whooped ass. And, you know, I was like, seeing a Filipino kid up there, I was like, you know what, I could probably do that. And then just kind of everything fell into place at that point. I ended up hanging out with the X-Men, who taught me how to battle, and I was part of a battle crew, and still am part of this crew called the 5th Platoon. And then I started making these mixtapes, and then 14 years later, I am holding down the ones and twos for Mr. Carter, Hove, Jay-Z.
Okay. So for Hove, how did the thing come about? Because I know Hove, you mentioned off camera as well with DJ Scratch, Green Lantern for a while. You've been with Jay for a couple of years now. How did that come about? I mean, did he discover you, or was it someone in his setup?
Well, me and Jay have a mutual friend. Her name is Vashti Kola, and she was a fan of my mixtapes. And from what I understand, she was the main proponent of me ending up working with Jay. There's been other stories that float around every so often. I actually did a mixtape for Rocafella back in like, let's say 2003, 2004, right when the Rocafella fell apart. And I've heard rumors, unconfirmed, that Jay actually had heard my mixtapes, but he didn't know who made them. And yeah, I've heard quite a number of stories. So that might be true. Regardless though, a lot of people just viewed it as karma. Like, you were supposed to work with Rocafella before, it didn't work out, now you are. So, you know, and this is where you're supposed to be. So, yeah, the real story is mostly that me and him have mutual friends, and my name was on that list of people to become his DJ.
I want to talk about when you're performing with Jay, because as a DJ, I've heard Green talk about it, how when Jay performs, there's these signals that you got to pick up.
Yeah.
I see Jay all the time. When he comes, I see him all the time. Watch all his shows. I don't see these signals. What are these signals that? What is he doing?
That's a good question.
That you know that you're supposed to know, with all the noise that's going around in the background.
Essentially, what is expected of Jay's DJ is that we gotta read his mind. To be honest, like dead ass, like. And there's times when it comes to that point, like when we're in the vibe, like you kind of just know when you're supposed to stop a record, when you're supposed to start. Unfortunately, it don't always happen, and to the crowd, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
Usually, y'all don't even know what's going on unless it's like a really bad mess up. To us, it's like it gets hectic. I can't confirm with Green because I've never talked to him about it, but I'm sure Green has gotten like this piercing stare from Jay through freaking glasses, like, what did you just do? You know, that's what's going on in our head, that we're like, oh fuck, we fucked up. But yeah, like essentially we have to learn how to just read the crowd, read the energy of what's going on, and there's just these little things they do. Even like working with Kanye, like their music signals.
Sure.
You know, like Kanye will close his fist, telling it like, let's shut this down. Like, you know, just little things, little hand movements that you gotta catch on. And sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't. But we try to make it so the crowd doesn't even know.
Okay. I know it's probably a tremendous journey for you, you know, touring with arguably one of the greatest of all time.
Definitely.
Do you feel that when you're doing shows, do you ever feel that you want more of a role in the show, like more of a sort of a DJ, quote unquote DJ role, where you could hype the crowd, whereas just, you know.
I think naturally anyone who likes to perform and really likes DJing always would like that. Like, you know, put it this way, when I'm on stage with Jay, I'm using like 1/8 of my power, you know, like, which is fine. Like, the thing with working with an artist of this caliber, though, you have to understand, like, you're not the star, you're backing up the star. And, like, you gotta learn how to play your role. Like, Jay's musicians on the tour are amazing, but you're not supposed to be soloing when Jay's spitting lyrics. You know, like, you can't be freaking blaring out on the guitar. Like, that's, you know, find your place, find your pocket, and play your role. If Jay ever calls me to do something, I'm with it. And if I ever presented him something like, yo, you know what, at this point, you should, like, you need a break, like, cause you know, you just ran through 50 songs, I'll throw down. I'm sure if I did it right, if I killed it, he'd be like, oh yeah, let's do that in the show. Like, I could do a changeover, we could do a tribute to Biggie, we could do this, that, and the other. Like, he's always open to ideas. So who knows what it's gonna be like in the future. And
in the actual performance that you do, are there any mixes or any mixes in the show that you've actually done yourself?
Sometimes I'll do some stuff live, but a lot of stuff is pre-done. So like when we did the All Points West Festival, we did No Sleep Till Brooklyn. I had to make that for him.
Right.
We did.
That was dope, by the way.
Yeah, that turned out really well. And the crazy thing is we don't even rehearse half that stuff. Like, half the band doesn't know what's going on. I'll end up just doing it. There's this like bit we do with the replay. One time, I guess he was just feeling confident, or he needed some time in the show. He was like, yo, like, Neil, go. Like, throw some records on. And I played the song that we have a set list, and I played the song. He was like, no, hold on. We'll save that for later. Like, play some records. And he let me just throw, like, whatever I wanted. And I was on the replay, of course. If I had my turntable set up, I'd much rather be throwing them on the turntables, but I had to use the replay. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna play this, and like, it was entirely freestyled. And he was like, afterwards, he was like, yeah, I like how you did that. Like how you said that on stage. So, you know, there is room for you to shine. Like, he doesn't want you to just be entirely background, but from my point of view and how I approach it is like, I'm trying to make Jay shine, not the other way around. Not like he needs it, but, you know.
It's a team, so you're playing your position.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
Yeah.
At a Neil Armstrong show, like tonight you're performing at Doctor's Orders, shouts to Spin Doctor. Yeah. What can people expect? We've never been to a Neil Armstrong show before. What can they expect?
I mean, when I'm DJing a party, my job is to take care of y'all, so we're gonna hear a lot of good music. I'm gonna try to make it like so that you're floating on a cloud, you know, just hearing some stuff that you never heard before or that you haven't heard in a while. You know, just have fun. You know, like, you guys out there in the world, you work hard, studying, going to school, crazy job. Like, I'm there to make your lives good for like a couple of hours, so that's what you're gonna get. And
if people want to check out more about DJ Neil Armstrong, where can they go?
Let's see. You can follow me on Twitter. That's, you know, Twitter/DJ NEILARMSTRONG. That's the main one. Facebook, of course. Just look up, same thing, Neil Armstrong, DJ Neil Armstrong. And that's also it's Facebook/DJ Neil Armstrong. My crew's website, which is www.5thplatoon.com, Platoon.com, and I have a podcast where you can get a lot of free good stuff that has never come out, lost recordings, lost live recordings, remixes that just never made it on like mixtapes, and that's Neil Armstrong, NEILARMSTRONG, podcast, PODCAST, NeilArmstrongPodcast.com. That's all it.